Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Rival Recap Show. We're talking German school football all day, all the time. Probably the fastest I've ever said that, guys. And you know what? Because I'm not thrilled to be even doing this because my team is pretty trash. I mean, have you guys might have noticed I'm wearing soccer jerseys for some of these episodes because have you seen the New York Jets? Have you seen the Super Koopas? Absolute trash bags, guys. And without further ado, guys, we're going to get into my matchup with Tony, and I think Tony's got to be my kryptonite, guys, because I don't think I've ever beaten Tony. I mean, maybe once, but I think he's beaten me out for the playoffs twice. This year's shaping up for another year like that where we're fighting in that 9 through freaking 12 spots. I'm in 13th right now, even worse. But Tony takes me 127 to 103.9. 103.9 is not going to do it, guys. I mean, that's just not a great point total, and yet, if I'm looking at this right, I would have beaten seven of you guys in the league, including 3 guys who got a freaking win this week. So that hurts. The luck's not in, but hey, can't expect to win with 103. If you get a win, it's just awesome. But my team, Russell Wilson's been great. What am I going to do? Terry with 22, Clyde with 13. Those 2 guys from the trade looking all right. I mean, that Kansas City-Denver game, I don't think that was a real gauge of the Lev-Clyde partnership going forward. I mean, there was never really a doubt that Kansas City was going to win that game. They had a pick 6. They had a return touchdown. Mahomes was launching it all over the field. There was no reason to even establish a running game or anything of the sort. Clyde got himself a touchdown, whatever. But other side, Tony Wentz had a nice game on Thursday night. I mean, you trade away Mahomes, people are like, whoa, what's going on paper? Who knows what that looks like? But you get Derrick Henry, one of the top running backs. He doesn't even have a good week, and he still puts up 15 points. The rest of your team, you got a bunch of solid performances. Jerick McKinnon, -0.1. I don't know what's going on in San Francisco. Jeff Wilson was the starter, and then he got hurt. So no one knows. But my defense pick this week, awful. I picked up the Seahawks against the Cardinals. Ravens run by. I put in a waiver for the Bills. Weston also put in a waiver for the Bills against the Jets. He gets them. I'm stuck at 9 a.m. with all the other defenses. Good defenses gone because you guys are snipers at 6 in the morning. Seahawks got me 0, and my kicker got 3, so that's never going to do it. Lev with 4 points on the bench. Fucking awesome, guys. You know what? We're taking an L. We're moving on to the next matchup. Nice win, Tony. Keeping yourself alive. Ian versus Joe, guys. Oh my gosh. Ian Jones, 2 weeks in a row, 183 to 96. Ian had 138 last week. He was the top scorer. He's the top scorer again with 183. Joe drops a 96-point stinker. Nothing going from his running backs. His receivers looked good, but you're not touching 183. Jesus, Joe Burrow, 33 points. Lamar on bye, picks up Joe Burrow. Excellent pickup. Tyler Lockett, though, guys, 53 points, and that is the highest so far this year. That is the second highest all time. Will Fuller had 53.7 last year, guys. Little stat for you. But, yeah, I mean, Chiefs defense with 24. If Jones started Deontay Johnson over Tim Patrick, he would have had another 22 points. I think it was Eric pointed out that Ian would have been closing in on the most points of all time. He would have actually been second had he started Deontay Johnson. He would have had 205. Christian's 215 from two years ago. 2 years ago is still the top number, and that was the year Christian did not make the playoffs. That was the Borelli saga. But yeah, Ian, great win. I play you next week. Awesome. Can't wait to be 2-6. That was part of my submission to Joe because your team's on fire right now, and Kenyon Drake's on bye for you next week. God forbid. I mean, he hasn't even been good for you at all, and he's hurt. So doesn't matter. You got Lamar back, and you're probably just going to shit on me. Next matchup, guys. An absolute pooper of a matchup. I mean, I hate seeing this kind of stuff, guys. Kevin Lamb wins 76.8 to 76.3. These are 2 of the best teams in our league. At least on paper, they look to be. But Sklar's team is still limping along, waiting for McCaffrey to come back. Aaron Jones missed this week. That's got to hurt. But hey, Chase Edmonds and P. Ryan were actually the studs of Sklar's team this week, 21.5, 13.5. His receivers didn't do anything. DK Metcalf didn't get involved, really. It was just all Tyler Lockett on Monday or Sunday night. Jonnu not doing much. Chase Claypool, I started him in my other league. He did shit, 0.8 points. Are you kidding me? Hate that. But, yeah, I mean, a whole lot of below average. I usually say a whole lot of average. A whole lot of below average out of Sklar's team, and pretty much the same out of Kevin Lamb's team. -0.18 from Cam Newton. Ooh, Kareem Hunt and Julio, the only ones doing anything. I think Chris Carson went down, and then Carlos Hyde went down, and the other... There's some guy named something Dallas in Seattle. I don't know who the hell's going to start for them next week. It's a disaster up there. I'm sure you guys will all have the waivers going. But yeah, Carlos Hyde came in, got 16 points on Kevin Lamb's bench. But he's he's hurt too. I don't know, guys. Michael Thomas might be getting traded. Kevin Lamb just said Antonio Brown on the block in the group me as I'm recording this, and I'm looking at his team. I mean, what is this kid? Who is this kid? Coming out of nowhere, last place to first place, maybe? No, but he's sitting in 8th right now at 4-3. With the rest of you fools, there's like 7 of you guys at 4-3. The 2 guys who tied are sitting at 1st and 2nd at 4-2-1. I don't even know where this episode's going, guys. The direction is lost, but I guess I'm blown away by my team being so fucking bad, and you clowns put up 76 points and getting wins. Anyway, we're just going to go into the next matchup. I can't talk about this mess anymore. 100.9 to 97.3. Lynch over Eric. Two more shit scores. Lynch pulls a win. Eric remains in 14th. Eric only put up 97 points. Let me tell you, Eric, you're still getting my vote for the worst team. I might have gotten some votes for the worst team this week, but Eric, your consistently bad performances, now losing Odell, you're stealing that worst team for me still. Eric was a whole lot of average. 18, 10, 11, 0, 18, 7, 18, 6. It's not horrible, but the Odell was a big hole. Justin Herbert with 38 points on your bench. Oh my gosh, get that guy in the lineup. Looks like you found your quarterback going forward. But Lynch, other side, is able to put together 100 points. It came down to Monday night. It was Henderson versus Montgomery, which I thought was pretty cool. The 2 running backs playing each other on Monday Night Football. Lynch had like a 6-point buffer. Montgomery ends up getting 2 more points, so that still gives Lynch just about a 3 to 4 point win. And yeah, he's sitting at 3-4, and fucking hell, better position than me. He's in 12th. Eric's in 14th. I got to figure that is a potential toilet bowl match. And we are going to the next matchup. We have Christian versus Ortiz. Guys, finally something to report on. 2 great scores, 160 to 142. I think Christian's still got a strong team after 2 weeks. He texted me this week that he was just wanted to thank me for the curse I put on him because he had 2 terrible weeks, and now he even puts on up a good week and he loses. He's probably down in the dumps a little bit because I know he gets like that about fantasy, but it's... But yeah, Ortiz with 160 points. He's showing that he's one of the strongest teams in the league still. Aaron Rodgers, 27. Alvin Kamara, 23. James Robinson, 31.7. Guys, James Robinson's so freaking real. It hurts. How do we all miss that? Ortiz gets it. 160 to 142. Excellent performance out of Ortiz. He slides into 3rd. Christian drops down to 4th. Going on to the next matchup, guys. And what do you know? It's another dumpster fire of a matchup. 98.6 to 81.7. Charlie beats Mike. Guys, Charlie said he made that trade, and he thought that with Mark Andrews on bye, he's given up his stud running back. He thought he was just going to take the L to Mike this week and look to the future. Doesn't even have to. He takes the win against Mike because Mike drops an absolute stinker with 81 points. Devontae Freeman, 0.8, leaving that game real early on Thursday night. That sucks. Hate when guys leave the game early. CeeDee Lamb with 0.1. The mess in Dallas, Mike. You're a part of it now, too. I mean, Amari Cooper was able to salvage 15 points for me, which was awesome, all things considered going. But are we really going to see the JMU quarterback run out there for the fucking Cowboys next week? I mean, we're fucked. We're fucked with our Cowboys receivers. I don't know what's going on down there, but it's all garbage. Maybe Andy's concussion's not that bad, but he fucking sucks, too. So we're fucked. Really. But anyway, guys, 98 to 81. Charlie gets a win. Mike gets a loss. They're both 4-3. Charlie's in 7th. Mike falls down to 9th at 4-3, guys. That's how flat this league is right now. I mean, it's 4-2-1, 4-2-1, 9 guys at 4-3, and then fucking like me, Lynch, and Eric down at the bottom, who are the shitheads. But last matchup of the week, guys. Sedano, 181 to 121. I mean, Ras, 121, all things considered, compared to everyone else in the league, isn't that bad, but it doesn't matter. 181 for Sedano. Excellent week. Kyler Murray, 37 points. Devontae Adams, 44 points. I mean, when you get that kind of combination going, how are you going to lose? His running backs have been a little stretched thin, just like the rest of us, right, guys? I mean, David Johnson's been consistently all right, and Mike Davis, 8.6. Not what you want to see while he's still holding his value. Really, really hoping Mike Davis holds out till Eckler comes back for Sedano's standpoint. But yeah, I mean, Justin Jefferson on bye doesn't even matter, who's been a stud. He can throw him in for Fulgham, and Sedano's got himself a nice lineup. I think he's one of the best teams in the league right now. He's avoided injuries other than Eckler, and as long as Eckler is on schedule for 2 or 3 more weeks, Sedano's in first place right now. I mean, He's got to be feeling really good about his team, right, guys? How could you not? I mean, 181 to 121. Excellent, excellent win, John. Guys, I don't know. Maybe this was a down week for me, reporting wise, but there was some shit, and it's just so frustrating to see that I'm 2-5. I'm probably gonna fall to 2-6 against Ian. And yeah, I mean, I would buy a panic button for myself, but I already made my big trade. Maybe there's another one in the works. I don't know, but it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good, guys. And without further ado, we'll send Joe. I responded to Joe this week. Hopefully you all did too. Hopefully it's not another depressing, mean week out of Joe or whatever the hell last week was. And thank you.
Thank you, Marsh. Gentlemen, welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Safe Space. I did light the candle. The candle is still fucking going. But I forgot to press play. So let's get started. Although I do not have an open this week. I, to be honest, did not really watch much football this weekend. I was in Napa. So, you know, if you'd like me to tell you why Russian River kind of gets the better Pinot, whereas the Napa grapes is more Cabernet Sauvignon, I could tell you about when you drink the Farniente Dolce with a little blue cheese pushed to the roof of your mouth. Oh, forget about it. But I'm well aware nobody gives a fuck. And this is a fantasy football show. So let's talk about some fucking fantasy football. We're staying live on this. Best team, worst team. First off, fantastic responses from this week for Safe Space. Only 2 people didn't respond. Eric with a K Olsen. You know, Eric, what? If you're gonna spell your fucking name weird, why don't you spell it with an L? Because you're certainly accumulating a lot of those. Eric didn't respond this week. And Ian didn't respond this week, but Ian fucking bet me down and spanked me this week, so we all know Ian. He goes through those weird things where he just doesn't respond to people, so I'm sure he's fine. But everyone else responded, so thank you. Best team this week. We have a repeat, James Ortiz. I don't have much to say. Honestly, whenever James does well, or James wins best team, I think of whoever it was as bold prediction at the beginning of the year, or best team at the beginning of the year. It was one of the preseason polls, and they were like, I think James is a really good team, but I just know he's going to fuck it up. And that's exactly how I feel. You know, James is going to get to the playoffs. It'll probably be his first time in the playoffs since we've been doing the videos. It'll take him 20-25 minutes to figure out how to even record himself, say something a little unoriginal, make people feel a little uncomfortable. And he's going to panic his lineup. He's going to be knocked down in the first round. James, you do have a good team, I'll give you that. The playoffs, man, I don't think you can handle it. Worst team, Eric. You're a potato head. I have nothing else to say about you. I recognize that this episode might be ass. NFL comparisons. I'll pull the best. Some of you had good ones. Sklar said the Green Bay Packers because you know they're good, but sometimes they have off weeks. Weston and Kevin both said the Browns for similar reasons. Lots of talent, fun to watch, but choke. Rast said the Lions. I didn't really read his reasoning, but I was like, yeah, Rast, you are the Lions. That feels right. Lynch said the Houston Texans, unreliable, underperforming, and Deshaun Watson's QB. Pick your team that is your historically loaded team that's held back by a shitty quarterback. That's my team. So what is that this year? The fucking Bears. God. And Marsh had the best answer. He goes, my team is the Washington football team because we have no identity. Very clever, Marsh. I like that. And we'll end on how we always end, some safe space submissions. Anyone talk to Pav lately? That was a submission. I would like an update on Pav. Marsh, Lynch wants to see the Saz rival recap show after your matchup this week. Quote unquote, this person's quoting me, I only need 110 points to beat Jones. So that's what I messaged Tony after he tried to trade me Gio Bernard. Tony loves Gio Bernard. His other submission was Gio Bernard for president. Charlie's team doesn't scare me at all. My players will have to beat themselves in order to lose next week. That was from Sedano, whose team is red hot. Who am I playing this week? I'm playing Sklar. Nothing to say against you. And last one. So Ras writes this whole thing about there's been some bad trade offers going around. Like, he goes, quote unquote, someone is gonna get taken advantage of soon. John, this is what I want you to do. You're probably sitting down, laying in bed, watching this episode. Get up, go to your bathroom, stand in front of your mirror. I want you to go on the NFL app, pause this video, go on the NFL app. I want you to look up J.K. Dobbins and what he's done over the last 4 weeks. I want you to look up A.J. Brown and what he's done over the last 4 weeks. Someone has already been taken advantage of, John. Now you're in the bathroom, look in the mirror, it's you. Gentlemen, have a great week.